He said, there's some rules we got to follow. Don't do anything dealing with sex, violence, religion, politics, ethnicity, and don't do anything at all about the human body. No anatomy, no physiology, no body parts, no body functions, no body sounds. And I said, sure, I can do that, Bob, but it's going to really cut into my material. As a matter of fact, it'll eliminate all my chicken jokes. So I said, it will leave me with these are the true story about it.
Yeah.
I said, it will cause me to tell this sort of joke. Somebody or something went into somewhere and somebody said something like, a zebra goes into a bar and says, has my daddy been here tonight? Bartender says, what does he look like? See, Lynn, all zebras look alike. Or a bear goes into, this is in the days of the Old West, a bear goes into the saloon. His arm is all bandaged up, it's bleeding. Saloonkeeper says, why are you here? And he says, I'm looking for the man that shot my paw. Or, we can personalize this. Andy goes in, you may have to help me on this one. Andy goes into a drugstore. The clerk comes up and says, what can I do for you? He said, if it's all right, ma'am, I'd like to buy some talcum powder. She said, walk this way, please. And Andy said,
if I could walk this way, I wouldn't need the talcum powder.
Or I could use the joke that I always told in my chemistry class. This is an intellectual joke.
Nobody here will get it.
Nobody will get it. Somebody will. I was walking down the street, a little hydrogen atom was sitting on a bench crying. I looked at the hydrogen atom and I said, why are you crying? He says, I lost my electron. I said, are you sure? He said, I'm positive.
We need the band.
Elvis Presley has received a lot of criticism in his day because he stole a lot of songs that the old rhythm and blues singers in New Orleans and Memphis used. One of them was There Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, and that's an old song, but he made a hit out of it. People don't realize that there are other celebrities in the past that have also stolen songs, made hits from them. One was, believe it or not, the Lone Ranger and Tonto, who were riding across the plains at breakneck speed. The Lone Ranger was on his horse, whose name was
Silver.
And Tonto was coming along on his paint, whose name was Trigger. Scowl. We're getting the Trigger.
That's Roy Rogers.
And believe it or not, right behind him was Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. Roy on Trigger and Dale on
Buttermilk.
And trailing along was the dog. His name was Bullet. I went to the Roy Rogers Museum one time, and I looked there, and sure enough, Trigger had been died and had been stuffed and was standing in one corner. Buttercup was in the other corner. Bullet was in another corner, and I just thought, I hope Dale outlives Roy. Anyway, they're riding across the plains. Lone Ranger and Tonto, this gets better. And you stay out. Lone Ranger and Tonto right behind them, Dale and Roy. They are headed toward at breakneck speed. The Lone Ranger sees the cliff. Remember, this is the beginning of a song that Wilson Pickett sang. The Lone Ranger sees the cliff. He says, whoa, 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 whoa. And Dale said to Roy, I need your loving every day. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I went to my family reunion a couple of years ago.
To pick up chicks, I know.
Was that the intellectual joke?
My family My family tree.
They'll leave me today.
In some cases, doesn't fork very much. Even the ones who are educated are a little weird. I had an uncle who was a vet. 5 minutes? Okay. Who was a vet and also a taxidermist. There was a big sign in the waiting room in his office that says, "Don't worry, we'll get your dog back one way or the other." My cousin Virgil was there right before I came to Honduras a couple of years ago, and he's a short order cook at the Waffle House, and has never been very far from home. I said, "I'm going to Honduras," and he says, "Do they have parrots down there?" I said, "Sure they have parrots." He said, "Would you bring me one?" It's not that easy. Parrots carry the disease, psittacosis, and you can't get them in the United States, but I'll try. He said, "I've always wanted a parrot." So, believe it or not, I went back to a true story. I got back to do that last day. Saturday morning, I was wandering around. There was a little pet shop. Walked in, and the guy's got a blue and gold knockoff, beautiful bird, a beautiful parrot. And I said, "How much is it?" And he said, "Well, $1,000. It'll take a couple $100 to do the paperwork to get it back into the United States, but I'll do that if you can pay me." So I did. And he said it'll take a week or so for the parrot to get back to the address that you're asking me to send it to. So I waited, and I called my cousin Virgil about 2 weeks later, and I said, "Did you get the parrot?" "Oh, yes, got the parrot." "How do you like it?" He said, "It was delicious." And I said, "Virgil, I paid $1,000 for that parrot. It could speak 3 languages. It could speak Spanish, it could speak French, it could speak English." He said it should have said something.
Oh, God.
Buttery.
I did have quite a career. I was a singer-songwriter, played piano at a piano bar. One time, I had a monkey that would go up and down the bar, and people would write on little pieces of paper the notes about what they would want to request me to bring it to me. And then after I would play it, then I'd send the monkey back, and he would take it and bring it back to me. Between one of my sets, a lady came up to me, and she was really angry, and she said, "You know your monkey stuck his tail in my martini." I said, "Just hum a few bars and I'll take it." I was not too successful in writing songs. I wrote a lot of songs that didn't go very far. I wrote one called "The Shades of Night and Falling Fast," but I still got a pretty good book. I wrote one called "You Can Put Me in the Jailhouse, but You Can't Keep My Face from Breaking Out." I wrote one called "If the Phone Doesn't Ring, You'll Know It's Me." I wrote one called "I'm So Miserable Without You, It's Almost Like Having You Here." I'm having trouble for one I wrote. If I'd have shot it when I first thought about it, I'd be out of jail by now. And the two that I might sing for you sometime, I really like. One is called "Just Don't Look Good Naked Anymore." And the other one is called "If My Nose Was Running Money, I'd Blow It All on You." There's 1 minute. You ask me if I love you, and if my love is true. If I were a rich man, here's what I would do. I'd buy you a Cadillac and a Mercedes too. And if my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you.